What's up again, YouTube? It's Don Johnson, and you are watching the Don Johnson channel. I appreciate it for you checking out this video or not. I yet came to you with another video while I'm still sitting at the shipper here, waiting for them to finish reworking the trailer for a third time. But I just ran across another YouTube video I wanted to give my opinion about. I've only watched one view on it. I watched a view from the Advice Show TV. The video was titled "IHOP Waitress Fired After Receiving a $200 Tip." So if you haven't seen this video yet, you should check it out so you know what I'm talking about. Again, it's on the Advice Show TV channel. It's one word, the Advice Show TV. And it was titled "IHOP Waitress Fired After Receiving a $200 Tip." So the rundown of the story goes, a customer wrote on, paid by credit card, and wrote in the tip amount $200. And then in the total amount, the customer signed her name. Anyways, the waitress was excited, as anybody in the waitressing or waiter business would be ecstatic when they saw a $200 tip. And she was given her $200 tip at the end of the day, like all waiters and waitresses get, I'm sure. And a couple days go by, and I guess the customer calls back IHOP and says, "Hey, I made a mistake. I did not mean to give a $200 tip to the waitress, and I want my money back, please," or something to that effect. So IHOP gives the customer $200 back for the tip, allegedly. I mean, I don't know if it was a full $200 back or most of it exactly, but anyways, the customer took back the $200. Then IHOP went to that waitress and said, "Hey, we need that $200 back from you because we gave back the $200 to the customer." And the customer admitted that it was his or her handwriting. I don't know if it was a guy or a girl, but the customer admitted that they wrote that number in there. Now, they said they meant to only give her a $2 tip, not $200. Now, I don't understand the confusion between $200.00 to $2.00. There's two extra zeros in that. But anyway, somehow they did write $200 in the tip amount. And the waitress said no, because she don't have the money anymore. She probably used it for bills or whatever stuff she's running behind. And it wasn't her fault. It wasn't a fraud incident. It wasn't anything wrong. So I sort of agree with the waitress. There's no need to pay it back. It was IHOP's decision to grant the guy a refund, even though it was the customer's handwriting that did it purposely. So I guess this waitress called the news channel to do a story on it, to see if it would help her out and all that. And she lost her job because she would not pay back, because she refused. And I guess she wants to go back or something, which I don't think she needs to go back to that particular company. There's other jobs she could find. Really, if a company's going to do you like that, then yeah, they really ain't that good to work for. But my thing is, on this whole thing is, the one problem I have is with the actual receipt itself. The customer writes in the tip amount $200.00. So it's clear that the customer wrote $200. There's no question about that. But under this total amount, where you're supposed to write in the total with the tip added on, it's a signature, not a total. Just a signature. Now, when I worked at a couple of restaurants like Pizza Hut, and there's another restaurant a while back I worked at, they taught you that when you're having a credit card, you got to have the total amount written in by the customer. They don't care about the tip amount. They can write any number they want, or they can leave it blank and just write in the total amount. And that's what you got to go by. I've been told in Michigan, I don't know if it's like a law in Michigan or just a rule or what, but I'd imagine it should be common practice, or maybe is law in a lot of restaurants, that the customer has to write the total amount in on the total line spot. And that's how they legally charge the card, whatever is written in that total amount. I got gypped on tips a couple times with Pizza Hut as a delivery driver because I did not catch the customer writing in the total amount. She left it blank. She wrote a $2 tip in the tip spot, but because they did not fill out the total amount, they would not give me their tip. So it was no big deal. I screwed up and I never did it again after I learned that rule. So my figuring is I would hope that they had a common practice. Is they shouldn't have honored it. She should have caught the customer and made the customer write in exactly what they were paying in the total amount, not a signature. And then the signature line was left blank. So even at worst case scenario, she should have pointed out to the customer, I'm sorry, you did not write the total amount in. You wrote your signature where you're supposed to have the total amount. So I guess we could just write the total amount in the signature and just do a little crisscross with the lines representing total and the signature. I don't know, like I said, if it's everybody's practices, but like I said, I worked at a couple restaurants, and you have to have the total amount to run the credit card through. So there's no if, ands, questions, or about, because the customer wrote the total amount, so they know what's going through. That's the only problem I have with that video. Other than that, I think it was rude of the customer to call back demanding the money for his or her mistake. But I don't understand how I can write $200 versus $2. There's, like I said, 2 zeros more in that number. But let me know if you think I'm way off topic on this or not. Please subscribe, like, and share this video if you would. Sorry about the lighting. It is nighttime, and all I have was a couple of little lights in my semi. Again, like I said, my discrepancy was the fact that the customer signed their name in the total amount and did not write the total down. But yet they wrote in the tip amount $200. And where I've worked out in Michigan and a couple other places I heard of, it's common practice, if not a rule or if not law, that they have to write in a total dollar amount to be honored, for that tip to be honored correctly. So, other than that, that's the only discrepancy I got with that video from the Advice Show TV, titled IHOP Waitress Fired After Receiving a $200 Tip. So, tell me what you think. Am I out of line with that reasoning of logic, or what? Or does anybody else work in the restaurant industry have that same practice with their field? Just let me know what's up, because like I said, that's the only thing that irritated me about that story, is the fact that they signed their name in the freaking total amount instead of writing the total amount in the total amount. And they honored the tip anyways. So, please let me know. Thank you again. You watch another video by Don Johnson on the Don Johnson channel. And stay tuned, subscribe, like, share, and I'll bring you some more videos soon. Who knows what they'll be until they get done. Until next time. Later.